All guests do not state or reflect those of the company, its management, sponsors, or any entities they represent.
Oh, it's lit. We prime time. Subscribe, like, and share. Give us your feedback. Yo, I'm Manny at the plate and Kobe off a steal. Gretzky for the goal and Brady at the wheel. I'm a game changer, the Osaka of the tennis, and breaking scoreboards. Simone of the Olympics, defense and big business. The Mayweather who way better. From the greatness of Jim Brown, I've been down. Talking sports before I was off the porch. Screaming Bo knows while Jordan was playing horse. Late 80s getting torched by the drive and the shot. 2016 got a ring off the 3 in the block. They eased to forgot the cardiac kids. Price and Doherty, Bell in the Indian years. This who it is. Your host DeeTrynt, yo, that's a name banger. Come in the streets and talk sports with the game changer. Yo, your host DeeTrynt, that's a name banger. Come in the streets and talk sports with the game changer.
Facebook, X, YouTube, Twitch. Follow us on IG at Industry Sports or at DeeTrynt. If you missed the live streams, you can catch the replays on Spotify, Google Podcasts, and various other streaming platforms. Just look for the Industry Sports channel. Like, subscribe, share, follow. Once you get in there, you will see Game Changer Sports Talk with yours truly, DeeTrynt. Oh, it's a great Monday. Oh, it is a phenomenal Monday. You know why? Because it's a Victory Monday. Oh, yes. Victory Monday in the building. Okay. My Browns went out, handled their mud business. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Kevin Stefanski and the crew, for defending home turf. All right. We not about to let y'all Southerners come up north.
The views and opinions expressed in this program by the host or guests do not state or reflect those of the company, its management, sponsors, or any entities they represent.
Oh, it's lit.
What?
We prime time.
Did I leave?
Like,
or it was just on my screen did it seem like I left?
Give us your feedback.
This is crazy work. Bro, can you hear me? We good?
I'm at the plate and Kobe off a steal. Gretzky for the goal and Brady at the wheel. I'm a game changer, the Osaka of the tennis,
so I'm not bugging.
Scoreboard, Simone of the Olympics, defense and big
all right, let's see something right quick. My shit doing the most right now. Hold on,
talking sports before I was off the porch. Screaming Bo knows while Jordan was playing horse. Late 80s getting torched by the drive and the shot. 2016 got a ring off the 3 in the block. They eased to forgot the cardiac kids. Price and Doherty, Bell in the Indian years. This who it is. Your host DeeTrynt, yo, that's a name banger. Come in the streets and talk sports with the game changer. Yo, your host DeeTrynt, that's a name banger. Come in the streets and talk sports with the game changer.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm about to go and see if we still live. God damn it. This motherfucker.
Hey, listen.
Why is the man, what is going on?
You know what? They don't want us to talk that truth. They don't want us to go because they don't want me to let them know. Okay? We got to start back from the top?
Yeah, I think so. I'm about to go and see what we looking like on YouTube. Where is the YouTube shit? On
YouTube, it seems like it's still going. Hold on, I'm about to show you.
Let me see.
What it's doing?
Yeah, we good on YouTube.
Yeah, we still popping.
Well, yeah, let's
we still popping. Okay. For those who didn't hear the intro, DeeTrynt, Game Changer Sports Talk, Industry Sports, streaming on multiple social and streaming platforms. Facebook, X, Twitch, YouTube. Follow us on IG at Industry Sports or at DeeTrynt. If you missed the live streams, you can catch the replays on Spotify, Google Podcasts, and various other streaming platforms. Just look for the Industry Sports channel. Like, subscribe, share, follow. Once you get in there, you will see Game Changer Sports Talk with yours truly. Man, what's really good, man? if y'all didn't get to hear it when I said it the first time, okay, I just want to let y'all know, right? It's Victory Monday for the Browns. All right. I mean, I know Greg Delpit came out earlier in the week and said he forgot what winning felt like, but clearly he wanted to remember. Okay? Clearly he wanted to remember. The Browns, they handled their job, man. I mean, they went out and did what everybody was looking for, right? We just trying to see our team function at a level that we could be proud of. I understand that, okay? I get it. I'm a Browns fan too. I've been a Browns fan through 5 decades now, okay? Listen, I get it, all right? But we got to one step these things at a time, all right? And we got to appreciate what we get versus being so upset at what we ain't think we supposed to be getting. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to be that mad, bro. Like, it's all love. You feel me? Because the sun is going to shine consistently, at least in one climate, in one season, all right? And when you get your season, man, you got to ride your way. Crave the wave. Now, right now, I'm just getting my share on. Please pull up your popcorn. All right, get your snacks, get your treats, because we is definitely about to go in today. We got a few things to talk about, like the play of each quarterback. As my homie, shout out to my OTC homies, bruh. Homies say this is the Mirror Bowl, the battle of the two worst teams with the left-hand Hawaiian quarterbacks. Bro, that had me busted up inside. That was funny. Shout out my boy J.O., man. That was hilarious, man. But, you got two fan bases, in the Miami Dolphins and the Cleveland Browns who are just looking for some sort of hope. We're looking for something to cling to inspire us to say that, this team will turn into something sooner than later, and Miami has seen their fair share of success. Okay. They have a historical undefeated team before Tom Brady and them did it, but technically their legendary team is still the only undefeated team because they actually won a Super Bowl in their undefeated regular season year. The Cleveland Browns still hold the most dominant franchise ever in the AFL or NFL history with the Otto Graham and Jim Browns and the Doug Deacons and all those, you know what I'm saying, from old time. So, now we in the 2000s and we're all looking for something to really cling to, all right? And yesterday's showing was lopsided. All right, I ain't gonna lie. It was lopsided. I ain't mad that it was lopsided because it was lopsided in our favor. Hey, we came out, we at home. We got to show out in front of our fans, okay? I can't let you beat me up at my house and then my wife be talking about some why you ain't do them like that. You know what I'm saying? We can't have that, all right? I'm just getting my share on right now, you know what I'm saying? Just make sure I spread it out, you know what I'm saying? Get my peoples in because
they said
I don't know when the last
time locker room talk. They said Kevin had let that offense know, like, listen, you niggas better step it up, motherfucker. They say he went off up in that bitch.
Say Kevin lost his cool during practice that week.
Yeah, like, if I leave, I'm going out with a bang. He was about to step it up. They say the players loved it and shit, bro.
Hey, you know what? I mean,
bro, did you see Schwartz built like the Incredible Hulk, bro? Schwartz,
man, that's that old man weight. Schwartz like 60.
Popped out with the shirt off, right? The brakes.
Bruh, that's that old man weight, man. You feel me? That's that old man weight, man. No, real talk. All right. So look, before I dive exclusively into the Browns, yesterday was a very interesting. Like this whole week has been interesting. All right. Steelers, Bengals on Thursday. Bengals beat the Steelers at home while the Bengals were at home, defending home court, 33-31. The Jaguars played virtually a home game in London versus the Rams. They got smoked. All right, 35-7. The Raiders and Chiefs went on white mouth. This is what we don't score, we call white mouth. All right. Raiders did not put up a point. Chiefs win by 31. Patriots, they did the reciprocal 31-13 over the Titans. The Panthers win 13-6 over the Jets. The Bears win 26-14 over the Saints. The Eagles win 28-22 over the Vikings. I think the passing game showed up for the Eagles yesterday. We'll revisit that in a second. Colts 38-24 over the Chargers. Giants 33-30. No, Giants lose to the Broncos 33-32. How do you let a team score 33 points in 5 minutes? We'll get to that in a second, though. The Packers 27-23 over the Cardinals. The Cowboys smoked the Commanders 44-22. And the 49ers pulled it out last night over the Falcons 20-10. Monday night's game is a doubleheader. You have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers traveling to Detroit to face the Lions. And then you have the Titans from Texas, Houston, traveling to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. Tonight's game features 4 potentially franchise quarterbacks, right? The Bucs and Lions feature 2 number 1 overall picks, and the Texans and Seahawks featuring 2 top 10 quarterback picks. So this weekend for Week 7 has been extremely interesting. Do I even want to do the standings? Let's do the standings, right? Because we're about a week away from a lot of people's bye week. So let's do this. In the AFC East, the New England Patriots lead that division that consists of New England, Buffalo, Miami, and the Jets. New England at 5-2, Buffalo at 4-2, Miami at 1-6, and the Jets have not won a game at all this year. In the AFC North, it's Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Cleveland, and Baltimore. Pittsburgh sits atop at 4-2. The Bengals are 3-4. The Browns are 2-5, and the Baltimore Ravens are 1-5. In the AFC North, the Indianapolis Colts are 6-1. Jacksonville with AFC South. AFC South consisted of Indianapolis, Jacksonville, Houston, and Tennessee. Indianapolis is 6-1. Jacksonville 4-3. Houston is 2-3, and the Tennessee is 1-6. The AFC West featuring Denver, the Los Angeles Chargers, the Kansas City Chiefs, and the Las Vegas Raiders. Denver is 5-2. The Chargers are 4-3. The Chiefs are 4-3, and the Las Vegas Raiders are 2-5. That's in the AFC Conference. In the NFC Conference, we'll start with the NFC East, which consists of Philadelphia, Dallas, Washington, and New York. Philly is 5-2. Dallas is 3-3. Washington is 3-4, and the Giants are 2-5. In the NFC North, which consists of Green Bay, Detroit, Chicago, and Minnesota, you have Green Bay at 4-1-1. Oh, I'm sorry, Dallas is 3-3-1. My bad. I watched that game too. My bad for not putting that one on there for Dallas. They're 3 wins, 3 losses, and a tie. They tied with Green Bay, who's the leader of their division. They're 4-1-1. Detroit is 4-2. Chicago is 4-2, and Minnesota is 3-3. You have the NFC South, which consists of Tampa Bay, Carolina, Atlanta, and New Orleans. Tampa Bay is 5-1. Carolina is 4-3. Atlanta is 3-3, and New Orleans is 1-6. And to round off the rest of the league is the NFC West, which consists of San Francisco, the Los Angeles Rams, the Seattle Seahawks, the Arizona Cardinals, with San Francisco at 5-2. The Rams of LA are at 5-2 as well. Seattle is 4-2, and Arizona is 2-5. So it seems like in the NFC, there's a lot closer battle for division leads than it is in the AFC. And which is interesting because I feel like the AFC has been the most dominant league for the past few years. With that being said, though, we talking Browns. All right, we came here for the Brown show. We ain't really come here for everybody else. So let DeeTrynt get into Victory Monday for the Browns. Stat-wise, the defense came through. the special team showed up for the Browns, which is hella interesting. And I thought the coaching was pretty good. So let's start with the losing team. All right, because once I get on the winning team, it's gonna take off. All right. So losing team. Quarterback led by Tua Tagovailoa. He was 12 for 23, 12 completions, 23 attempts. He had 100 yards even passing. He averaged 4.3 yards a completion. He threw no touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He was sacked twice for a loss of 13 yards. He had a QBR of 3.4 and a quarterback rating of 24.1. Shout out to the Browns defense. Now, those are resemblant of a number 1 defense stat. So appreciate the Browns defense for showing up and showing out. Miami on the rushing side. Devon Achane, 13 carries, 82 yards. He averaged 6.3 yards a rush. His longest was 46, which was interesting because my boy Tyson Hope being down. But he did not score. Ali Gore in the second, which is a rookie. He had 5 attempts for 11 yards. He averaged 2.2 yards a carry. Tua had 3 breakaways for 6 yards. And Quinn Ewers had 1 breakaway, and he didn't get anything. Now, Tua did not finish the game. Quinn Ewers did finish the game. He was, for his passing chart, he was 5 of 8 for 53 yards, 6.6 yards of completion. He was sacked twice for a loss of 20 yards. He had a QBR of 21.6 and a quarterback rating of 81.8. Miami receiving. Look, without Tyreek Hill, shit, I don't think their receiving core looked too much better than ours, right? And we'll get to the Cleveland Browns in a second. But hey, bro, where you at? Let my peoples up in the that's waiting in the back, bro. Yeah.
Y'all, sorry.
Hey,
Sorry,
girl. What it do, girl?
It's
All
Victory
right.
Monday.
Hey, so I'm
I
just
didn't
reading
even
off.
know she was in the background. I'm over here trying to crystallize the situation.
Now, see, I heard my phone going off. I say, oh, yeah, it's got to be something. Let me go ahead and check that. Right now, I'm just reading through Miami stats right quick before we get to the victors of the day and we really get to the juicy gossip. I gave them a rundown on the scores from the week 7 and a little bit of a preview of who's playing tonight for the doubleheader. But we here for Browns talk. So now I'm about to go over the Miami's receiving numbers. They had DeeTrynt, who had the most receiving yards on their team. He had 2 receptions for 45 yards. His longest catch was for 40 yards. Malik Washington had 5 receptions for 30 yards. Tanner Connor, who came in for Darren Waller, who went out early in this or mid-second quarter. Tanner had 1 catch for 28 yards. Nick Westbrook, Ikheim. I'm gonna just say Nick Westbrook because I don't want to mess up your last name. All right, but he had 3 receptions for 16. Devon Achane had 3 receptions for 16 yards as well. Jalen Waddle had 1 reception for 15 yards, and Ollie Gordon had a reception, and Julian Hill had a reception. Miami had 3 fumbles on the day. Miami had 6 fumbles on the day. Tua fumbled 3 times. He lost 1. Quinn Ewers fumbled twice, and he lost 1. DeeTrynt fumbled once, and that was day 6. We don't even talk about their defense because their defense didn't matter. But Jordan Brooks led the team with 9 tackles, and Tyrell Dodson followed up with 8. But those are the losers. Because we are the champions, my friends. And we'll keep on fighting to the end. We are the champions. We are the champions. Okay, so the Browns win 31-6. To improve to 2-5, and Miami drops to 1-6. This game, I mean, I feel like the Browns won the game the way that they can win the game, right? Our passing game is not really that much of a threat right now.
The way Miles told him to win the game.
Miles told him. Miles like 5 weeks too late. He should have been telling him if that's the case.
No. Junkins was what? What Junkins came back? Week 3?
Week 2. His first game was week 2.
Week 2?
Yeah. Yeah, his first game was week 2. Hold on, I had to go for a better. But listen, man, like I say, the Browns passing game isn't so prolific right now. I mean, we got Jerry Jeudy. David Njoku did not play this game because he was still resting from a knee concern from the last game. Isaiah Bond did not get as many reps as he's usually been getting the previous weeks. Jamari Thrash seemed to get more of those reps this week. Harold Fannin was still featured this week. But even still, Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah, somebody else. Who else came in there and caught a nasty catch? Damn. Was it like 83 or something?
Oh, you talking about Gage Lavardian?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh no. You talking about Malachi Corley?
Maybe.
No, he had a fire catch off the play design. But let's start with Dylan. Dylan Gabriel, for a third game in a row, does not throw an interception, does not have a turnover. Okay? That's 4 leaps and miles better than what we got from Joe Flacco. Because Joe Flacco was just about guaranteed to give us 2 turnovers a game. Okay? Dylan Gabriel went 13 completions off 18 attempts for 116 passing yards. He averaged 6.4 yards a completion. He threw no touchdowns. He threw no interceptions. He was sacked twice for 14 yards of loss. He had a QBR of 23.5 and a quarterback rating of 89. Quinshon Judkins! Quinshon! He was featured today or yesterday, and he had 25 carries for 84 yards. Now, he only averaged 3.4 yards a carry, but he had 3 big touchdowns, and the longest being for 46 yards. Dylan Gabriel, who started the game with a bootleg to the right for 8 yards on the outside, he had 4 carries for 12 yards. Dylan Sampson got 3 carries for 8 yards, and Jerome Ford got 1 carry, which was in the first quarter on the first drive, and he was given the ball on a 3rd and 3, and he just didn't get it. He didn't get anything. As far as the receiving goes, Harold Fannin again for a consecutive week, for another week. I don't say consecutive, but I think so. For another week, Harold Fannin is the leading receptions grabber. He had 4 for 36 yards. He averaged 9 yards of reception. He had 5 targets. Jamari Thrash had 1 catch for 23 yards, and he targeted twice. Jerry Jeudy had 2 catches for 17 yards, and he had 4 targets. But the other 2 targets wasn't catchable. He was just the guy in the area. But every pass that was actually thrown to him yesterday, he caught. So shout out to Jerry Jeudy for not dropping the damn ball. Appreciate you, my guy, for showing up. Malachi Corley. Now, if you don't know who he is, he was a Jets 3rd round pick from a couple seasons ago. But his most notable thing is that when Devontae Adams was traded to the Jets, he was wearing Devontae Adams' number. And Devontae Adams offered him $17,000 for his number 17, and Malachi told him he wanted $1 million. This is what he's been known for lately. But he had a nice catch. He had a couple catches, but he had one nice one on a raw play design by Kevin Stefanski. Shout out Kevin Stefanski for the play calling yesterday. They be tripping on you all the time, but yesterday you kind of lightweight showed out. So Malaysia had 2 catches for 17 yards off 2 targets. Jerome Ford had 2 catches for 10 yards off 2 targets. Dylan Sampson had a catch for 9 yards off 1 target. Blake Whiteheart. I'm going to cuss Blake ass out. We're going to get to that in a second, though. Blake had 1 catch for 4 yards, which should have been 1 catch for 17 yards. We'll get to that, though. And Gage Lavardian, who I think is the unrestricted free agent who can really make an impact on the team. He had a target, but his catch was negated from some type of penalty or something. The Browns had 2 fumbles yesterday. They had 1 fumble, which was by Blake Whiteheart. He recovered his own fumble. And then Rashad Jenkins recovered the fumble on the kickoff caused by Grant Delpit. So I started off shouting out Grant Delpit because clearly he wanted to remember what winning felt like. And he wanted to know so bad that he had 4 total tackles, 3 solo. He had a sack, a tackle for loss, an interception, and a fumble calls.
Yeah, big shout out to Delpit.
Big shout out to Delpit.
Okay then, player. That's what leaders in the secondary do. That's how you show up to the damn game. Appreciate you, God. All right. There was a Myles Garrett sighting yesterday. Oh my God. Myles was involved in the game yesterday. Yes, he was. Myles had 2 tackles. He had a sack and 2 tackles for loss. Like, he was involved. He was a menace. Okay. Donovan McMillan had a sack. I'm high on Donovan McMillan. He is a backup safety, rotational safety. He plays behind Delpit and Hickman. Shout out to the Oak State boy, Hickman. Hold on. Where Hickman look? Hold on. Ronnie Hickman with his interception on Tua. The interception that caused Tua to get put out the game. Okay, Hickman. They say, Stefanski, don't develop players. I feel like a lot of players on this defense develop. I mean, but Swartz won the defense. I bet. But Kevin's still the head coach. So if you're going to give him the blame, give him the credit too. This is all I'm saying. Keep it neutral. All right. Mason Graham had 3 tackles yesterday. Denzel Ward had 3 tackles yesterday. Alex Wright had 4 tackles with 2 tackles for loss. You know what Schlesinger do. Schlesinger has 7 tackles, 3 solo, 1 tackle for loss. You feel me? Bush even had 6 tackles. Like, the defense really showed up and the special team showed up. It was very nice to see. And shout out to the newly acquired Tyson Campbell. Oh, we got to shout out Tyson.
He was there. He was in the right place at the right time.
Woo! No, but listen though, so let me tell you. Miami's second drive, when they scored, because their first drive was 3 and out. The Browns' first drive was 3 and out, and Miami's first drive wasn't 3 out now. It was like 5 and out. Like they might even got 6 plays on that first drive. But the second drive, Cleveland scores a field goal. Now let me tell you, this is where I'll be mad at Dylan Gabriel. Okay. Dylan was pissing me off yesterday. Why was Dylan Gabriel pissing me off yesterday? Because you're not throwing it to wide open people. I don't care nothing about y'all saying he's short. Because from what I seen, nobody was blocking his line of sight. Yesterday, overall from Dylan, I feel like the lights are too big for him. He gives me the impression that it is too much for him to be the starting quarterback of the Browns right now. Now, it's only 3 games in. Maybe, after this next game, maybe after the bye week, he settles in and he starts to do a little more. But I say the lights are too big for him because he's making obvious mistakes that even I wouldn't make.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm only 5'6", bro. You ain't but a couple inches taller than me, but even I could see these plays are open. So what am I referring to? The Browns' second drive, they were benefited by a few defensive penalties on Miami. And granted, where people feel like the Browns were getting too many rinky-dink calls, I would say it's overdue. Cleveland gets slighted on calls. How often, so?
Too much.
So I felt like yesterday was just about time. About
Yeah.
time y'all called the game for what it was versus, the slight on Cleveland, right? But they had this drive extended off, hands to the face on the quarterback, and illegal touching after 5 yards on defensive backs. They get to inside the 30. On this particular play, you have Dylan looking to his left. Jerry Jeudy is lined up in virtually a slot, and he looks like he's going to do a down and out. And Jerome Ford is doing a flare out the backfield on the sideline. Jerry Jeudy slips on the play. And when Jerry Jeudy slips, he has 2 defenders right there on him. But 6 yards over to the sideline is a streaking Jerome Ford with nobody on him. Dylan Gabriel, you cannot tell me you did not see him. You cannot tell me. Because we all looked at it and we could see him from your vantage point. So you can't tell me you can't see him. Okay? He deliberately not throws Jerome the ball and throws the ball in the ground. Just throws it in the ground. So virtually from getting 7, we ended up with a field goal. Okay. On Miami's second drive, now I'm getting to Tyson Campbell. Devon A-Chain, we all know, is a track star. Okay? He gets 1 run, looks like he getting some momentum. He get a second run for a first down, look like he gets some momentum. He get his third run, and I ain't gonna lie, the blocking on this play was fire. Shout out to Miami for the blocking on this particular play. He do it off tackle. He hit the seam, get to the outside. He's streaking, right? I know most Brown fans like me, like, oh no, not this. No. And when I tell you Tyson hawked him down, remember how DK Metcalf hawked down Buda Baker?
Mm-hmm.
It was something like that. Because A-Chain was leaving, but once number 7,
I thought it was a wrap.
No, for real.
I thought it was a wrap. I'm like, oh, it is what it is. And I needed that touchdown, but I wasn't tripping.
Hey, Tyson hawked his ass down. Hawked him. Okay? And Tyson a lot bigger than I thought.
I know.
No,
I thought
Tyson
I was the only one who thought that.
Tyson is huge, bro, for a D-back. Like, he go...
He like 6'2", 6'3" or something?
I think 6'3". I'm just talking about built-wise. Like, he ain't...
No, for real. He like a safety.
Yeah, once we get our boy M back, it can get ugly back there. That secondary really can get ugly.
Mm-hmm.
What you talking about, MJ?
Yeah.
Type time. So Tyson hawks A-Chain now. Catch him at like right inside the 30, like maybe the 30, like somewhere between the 35 and the 30.
Yeah.
Boom. Browns
He's
defense.
fast too to be that big. I'm like, damn.
No, he's fast. He's 6'1".
He's fast as shit to be. Oh, he's 6'1".
Yeah, they got him at 6'1", 195. But
Okay.
he looked bigger than that, though. I ain't gonna lie. Especially in pass. He looked 6'3". I ain't gonna lie. He looked 6'3". He looked towering. But he hawked him down. The one time Miami had a chance to score, and it just did not work out that way. It was not in the cards. Okay. So they hold to a field goal. Browns get the ball back. They don't do too much. Miami get the ball back. Miami kicks another field goal. All right. From that point forward, this shit was a wrap. Okay. Shout out to Kevin Stefanski for the play calling. As much as y'all get on his back about the play calling being shitty,
I want y'all to add his boy to that too. They say they linked up and drew most of the plays. Him
and Tommy Reese.
Yeah, offensive coordinator, whatever.
Yeah, Tommy Reese. Yeah, which is cool. And listen, you know, like Hooli said earlier, man. You know, Joe Batonio came out and was saying that, you know, Kevin Stefanski was on ass. He was, hey, listen, we doing something this week. Y'all not about to keep playing me. And I appreciate that for Kevin. Mm-hmm. People be acting like Kevin don't care. You know what I'm saying? I think that's unfair. You know, but if you got to deal with this Browns media, boy, we get to that in a second too.
For real.
People really be wanting. They be wanting Kevin to shit on the players in the media. What he not go do? When Kevin in the media, he talked to the media almost like how Belichick is, just different. You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't gonna tell you shit. You know what I'm saying? You'll think he ain't about to go in. The way he talk in the media, you'll think he ain't got no type of dog in him. Like, he just let the locker room run over him. But
no, for real.
I doubt that shit.
Man, we all know that's not real. Okay. They also said Kevin lost the locker room. The players don't want to listen to him. The players don't want to play for him. Well, if this was the quote unquote save your job game, it sure looked like these players wanted to save his job.
I ain't lying.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying that's what it looked like from my end. Now, I don't know what it looked like on their end, but on my end, it looked like somebody wanted Kevin to keep his job. So yeah, we're gonna go with that. Quinshawn from this point over took over the game. Quinshawn broke one play. First off, he broke the few plays that got us in the red zone to score our first field goal. And then he just kind of kept going from there. Broke for a 7-yarder, broke for a 3-yarder. And then, so Dylan Gabriel. Hey, Dylan, you be pissing me off, dog. Let me tell you why you be pissing me off. So, Minkah Fitzpatrick. Oh, you're going to love this. Oh, Diva, you're going to love this. Minkah Fitzpatrick is lined up on Harold Fannin on a 3rd down play. Fannin is doing like maybe a fade to the corner, and Minkah is on him. And they got the cornerback over top. And when Fannin goes to break towards the sideline, Minkah is, got him blanketed up under, but Minkah got his arm cupped. He got his inside arm cupping Fannin inside arm. Now, anybody could have seen that. It was really obvious, right? But Dylan Gabriel throws the ball over there anyway. And he didn't even throw a catchable ball. He threw it straight to the Miami defender over top.
Yeah. Okay? I'm with Riz, man. We seen enough of him. I'm with Riz. We seen enough on him. You know what I'm saying? Let Shador get his reps. And shit, man. I still want to give him a few more games. And but it was about time, man. It's like shit. It's about time we see some changes soon, man.
To bench a quarterback after his first win.
Hey, listen, that's why I say not now. Listen, bro, that's why I say we're gonna let him, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna let him get the win. I mean, shit. All right, let's see. A win is a win. But that old State boy got that win and them dogs on that defense at the end of the day.
I mean, I'm just saying, man.
What grade would you get Dylan yesterday?
We ain't got to that yet. We about to walk that down though. I'm about to walk that down to you though. Hold on, we gonna walk that down. I just ain't got there yet. All right. I just want to highlight a few things. You know what I'm saying? Before I get there. Okay. So Dylan, again, He throws it to the Miami defender. He gets bailed out. Well, people will say it's a bailout, but it's hard for me to call a fact a bailout. All right. Fannin was being held by Minka, period. But this is what you're going to love, Ciso. On the very next play, they give it to Quinshawn on the inside right. He had to go off. He went off like the 2 hole, like the 1 hole, maybe the 3 hole, right? Quinshawn busts through the hole. Great blocking by the line. First off, too, let me give Stefanski his credit. No David Njoku, and he was using an extra left tackle or right tackle as a tight end. Beautiful play call. Clyde, what's good with you, baby? Morning from Chicago. Grand rises to you, my guy. Perception is effective.
Good morning or good afternoon.
I watched Tua throwing. I could tell he extended an oblique branch to his Hawaiian homeboy. He threw several intentionally bad balls in the ground. You know what? I think Tua's over Miami. Personally, I just think he's just over being in Miami. That is my perception. But we're going to get into that in a little second, right? So, Ciso, let me tell you what you're going to love, right? So, again, Stefanski is using a right tackle as a tight end for extra blocker because we know how Cornelius Lucas plays, okay? And he still found a way to be sucked yesterday, even with the extra help. But Quinshawn busts through the hole. He get through the first level. He get through the second level. Shout out to Wyatt Teller and Ethan Pochik for the steal block. I get through the second level. And guess who he meets in the hole? Minka Fitzpatrick. I felt like Minka tried to do that same bullshit he did to Chubb. And he tried to lead with his shoulder into Quinshawn's lower half. But clearly, Quinshawn built for that shit. And instead of hitting his shoulder, he hit his neck. Pow! And Quinshawn bust that ass over for 46 yards and a touchdown. And Minka had to lead the game for about 6 plays. Oh! You know Browns fans was loving it. For those who don't know, Minka Fitzpatrick was a safety that played for the Steelers. He was just traded this offseason from the Steelers to Miami in exchange for Jalen Ramsey. Cleveland Browns fans do not like Minka Fitzpatrick because we feel like he purposely hurt Nick Chubb and fucked up his career. We honestly feel like he purposely did it. So we don't fuck with Minka. We don't like your weird ass at all. Let me tell you, we don't like you at all, bro. Because the sorry ass excuse you gave for it, you couldn't even own up to it. And that's the shit I don't like. Why y'all do weird stuff and don't want to own up to it? We could see it. It was blatant. It was blatant. Right. You literally dropped to the ground on your knees and went after the Chubb knee, man. You purposely did it. Anyway, though, his ass was injured. He had to go to the tent. All right. From there, it was like a flurry. Now come on, Holy, where you at? Come on, let's talk about Dylan Gabriel.
Dylan Gabriel?
Yeah, let's talk about Dylan.
I don't want to talk about Dylan.
Dylan gets a C. He gets a C from me. I ain't gonna lie. I was cussing Dylan ass out all day yesterday. I ain't gonna lie. I was cussing him out.
I was serving, serving slanging drinks at the stadium, trying to catch it, trying to see what's going to see. Because you work there, bro. So it's like when the fans do certain things, you look at the TV. Because I'm behind the bar, so you hear the fans. You know what I'm saying? You hear them. Oh yeah, and then you hear So I'm trying. So I had to watch the highlights a few times, and talk to you yesterday and stuff, and I'll probably give him a C. I don't know if I want to do plus or minus, but it definitely is an average, but not so average performance from him yesterday. I agree with you on that.
From your perception of, Diva, let me ask you. From your perception of the highlights you've seen and what you've seen from him up to this point from the previous 2 games, how do you feel about Dylan so far?
My grandmother used to tell me, when you have a lane, you got to just stay in it. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta understand it, and you have to acknowledge it and accept it, because look, I put like I've never been a huge fan of him. I said, hey, he's still a young, he's a young man, he's a rookie. I'm gonna give him a chance. But I do believe that this game yesterday was not as bad as the ones he played before. He definitely needs to improve on things he's been doing and continuously does, but it wasn't as bad. He did he got sacked twice. He was out of he at least he did step out of the pocket. He didn't run back to it like he did the last 2 times. It wasn't as bad, but I just don't think, like you said, I don't think that the NFL is his cup of tea. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't think it's, maybe over time or so. I don't know, but I'm just leaning towards, I don't think that this is really his whole gig. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't look right. You know how you look at something from the outside, but then it's in. It just doesn't look right. I
Say
don't
it
know.
don't
It's
pass
hard to
the optics
explain.
test. It don't pass the eye test.
It doesn't. It doesn't. And it's hard to explain. And when I see Shador over there with that headset on, he looking at every play, da da da. I'm just like, wow. Like, it's just such a big difference. I don't know. It's just, I can't really explain, but I just don't think this is his cup of tea. And now I could be wrong. He could turn up the next 3 or 4 guys. I don't know. But it just doesn't look like it's hitting on nothing.
Do you think Dylan Gabriel could benefit from a true number 1 receiver?
I think any quarterback could do that, to be honest, because when you come back to, the receivers, when you throwing a ball and the receivers mossing people, or the receivers are actually catching and running and all this, like, like Joe. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the actual stats from that Cincinnati game, but hey, he looked pretty good. You know what I'm saying? So I think that it could be done, but he gotta get a better eye for the field or something, because throwing it to people, throwing it, what do you call it? Overthrowing it to the sidelines and throwing it to the ground and stuff. I'm not with that. And it's a possibility, but I don't know. But this the third game he played in.
This is
I
third
don't know.
game.
Yeah, I don't. I'm gonna have to. I'll give him some more time, but I'm not seeing nothing right now. It ain't enticing.
Say it just right. Cedric the Entertainer say it just ain't quite curl over. It just ain't quite
Correct.
curl over.
Correct.
Okay.
Like,
I
come
think
on,
Um,
I think
man.
the one, I think a number 1 to help him. I think because he tried to get the ball out. You know what I'm saying? He try to
Hmm.
get it out. It's just shit. He be throwing it to the outfield, throwing it everywhere else, but
Right.
he be trying to get it out. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, he my guy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
because I'm
Mhm.
about to ask you. I'm about to ask you the same question I asked her,
he
Willie.
come from the Ducks. You know what I'm saying? Like when it come to Oregon and shit like that. So I watched him in
Mhm.
Oregon, but as a number 1 out here in this dog pound, he can be 2-2. You feel me?
Yeah.
He can be 2-2, or something like. He can probably be back, but I don't know, man. What was you about to ask me though?
The same question I asked her.
What?
Leading up to this point, what is your assessment of Dylan Gabriel?
Shit. Mm.
And it ain't good when somebody gonna take that long. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So like,
yeah,
we
man,
on the same page.
I was like, man, it's just, man, I just, it's cool, but I ain't excited about nothing. It's like, man, not my starter. Not
Nothing
my
to write
starter.
home about. Definitely nothing to
Yeah,
write home about.
like not my starter, man. Like I just
Hmm.
um like his confidence, and he can get better and all that, but man, Oh no.
Hold on. I got sunshine on a cloudy day. Um. Okay, so you like and she like and so this is what I'm getting about Dylan, right?
Mhm. Yeah, make him say, That's what
Nah, 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 nah. Nigga, I'm the colonel. Okay, so now I gotta answer my own question. What
Hmm.
do I think of Dylan Gabriel? The same thing I thought last week. The same thing I thought when they drafted him. He's a career backup. He is good for Kevin Stefanski because Kevin Stefanski could groom him to be his future offensive coordinator. I've
Hmm.
never seen nothing more than that from Dylan Gabriel. You know why? Because you spent 6 years in college as a starter and you wasn't a top pick. Period.
Facts.
I
Drew Brees ain't but too much taller than you, bro. And I watched Drew Brees literally as a Purdue Boilermaker light college the fuck up. I watched it damn near every week. For 4 years, I watched Drew Brees light it up. So I had no reason to believe that when he got to the league, when he was given his chance, he wouldn't light it up. I had no reason to believe that. Bro, you spent 6 years in college. You done threw the most passing yards in college, and you still mediocre. Now, this is not me talking down on you. I'm just really telling you, like, you don't take no risk. So we don't think you got no moxie. You don't got no guts. You don't got no courage. You don't show up with the attitude, I can do whatever I need to do to get the job done. You show up like, I'm just going to do enough to save my job. I'm just going to do enough to save my job. This is what you give me. Again, he's a future offensive coordinator, a career backup. That's been my assessment of Dylan the entire time. I have no gripe with Dylan starting right now because, for one, the Browns don't have reliable tackles and they don't have a number one receiver. So
same
until
way.
you give me something, I don't want to see Shador play because
I want to
Shador
see him,
been
but I
a
don't want to see him with this. I want to see a little sample, let him. But right, that's why I say, man, let Dylan finish out a few of these games and shit. Then you know what I'm saying. If then let Shador get a game.
no.
You
I
ain't trying
want
to see
Dylan to
him
get
go.
hot.
You ain't trying to see him go.
I want Dylan to get hot. I want Dylan to get hot, and I want the team to run off 4-5 wins. I don't want Shador to
I
play this
see
year.
it happening. I think we can pick up these wins, and we got these home games. You know, we good at like we be good at home, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we got these home games. We play better at home, and shit. Division ain't looking too good. I think we get Lamar back though. I think they get Lamar back when we play him. So
So, okay,
Flacco, man, we can win. We can even it out in our division with everybody because we got everybody one more game, right?
yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, so to Clyde, first off, the Temptations is my favorite singing group of all time. Secondly, one of the very first songs I learned as a kid was My Girl, talking about my girl. Plus, on top of that, Clyde, you don't know, man. Music is something I do. I love this music thing. So, but we'll get into that. You know, one day we'll get into that. And I got a music podcast that I do, so we'll be able to get into that. But back to the sports. Yeah, you know, I don't want Shador starting right now. I just don't. I think Shador benefits. He has a 4-year contract. He's already been paid more than half of the roster for this season. Shador, bruh, you got to sit behind a shitty line for 4 or 5 years of college. I don't want you going through that in the pros. I don't.
Hmm.
I want them to choose you as the franchise guy. I want to see you and Deshaun battle out for the QB spot next year. I want them to see how you do next to a guy who's already done it in this league. with weapons that you can rely on. I want them to build the team around you. I want them to do the Jordan Love, the Aaron Rodgers, the Steve Young inherited the team from Joe Montana. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see you playing this bullshit, bro. I fucks with you. I love you. All right? Love your play. Loved your daddy. Dion was my talk that. Dion was my guy. But I will not promote you being thrown in a bad situation. Now, granted, let me say this. Do I think he can do a better job than every quarterback that we've seen so far? Absolutely. Absolutely. There is no doubt in my mind that if they did play Shador, that he would give the offense more attitude. The problem is, I don't think they would reward him. I don't think they're going to reward him. I don't think it's going to make Judy catch no better. I don't think it's going to make the tackles block no better. I just don't. I just think he's going to be doing the same thing he was doing for Jackson State, the same thing he had to do for Colorado, and that's run his ass around to find openness. I don't want to see that, bro. I want to see you in clean pockets. I want to see you comfortable. I want to see you being able to show off that moxie. That's what I want to see. So, everybody keep clamoring for Shador, And everybody who keep wanting to see him start, I feel like you don't want what's best for him. I want him to stay in Cleveland. Be very clear. I want him to stay in Cleveland. I've been saying he's Cleveland franchise quarterback since before they had a chance to draft him. And if you don't believe me, you can check the receipts. I got multiple social media pages and multiple episodes. You can check the receipts. I've been on a Shador train. He is a gunslinger who can read defenses. That is the perfect prototype quarterback for Kevin Stefanski's system. So, yeah, I want to see Shador. But I want to see him under better circumstances. So, Dylan, you better get on your shit.
You got to learn how to throw down the field, too, because he is not good at that.
He's scared. That's what I'm saying. He's scared.
That's the last position you need to play. First of all, that's the last sport you need to play being scary. Let's be clear. Especially at the quarterback position, you have to be able to do a whole bunch. Y'all know who the most important person is on that field. Yeah, you can't be, and it does give scary when he out there. You're right about that. It does give scary. Like you scared to get hit. You can't be scared to get hit now. Come on now.
Oh, I feel like he's scared to be great. It was egregious. Egregious. The way that he purposely did not throw it to wide open players. I'm talking about wide open players. So when I tell you, in some of these instances, it wasn't a defender within 5 to 7 yards of these players, and he's just not throwing them the ball. Now, we all know in the NFL, if you one-on-one, you open. And if you don't know that, you shouldn't be playing quarterback in the NFL. Period. If your playmaker is one-on-one, he's open. Period. This is where ball placement and accuracy and leading a receiver and throwing guys open, that's where that comes into play. Why are you even back there if you won't even try? You won't even try. So they talking about some, they should have ran Quinshawn. Nah, they ran 10. Now listen, the week before, everybody was crying about running Quinshawn a lot, right? Myles Garrett came out and said they should run Quinshawn a lot, right?
Yeah.
Quinshawn had 17 carries for 75 yards in the first half, and carry 18, he damn near had to go to the concussion tent.
Right.
So for all those people clamoring to run Quinshawn 30 times a game, do you remember Todd Gurley? Do you remember Steven Jackson?
Right. No, yeah.
Where are they? Where are they? They barely made it 8 years into the league.
Yeah, you can't. That's one thing you can't do is jeopardize your players' health and make them injury prone and stuff like that. You can't.
I want to see him run Jerome Ford more. I want to see like you gonna run Quinshawn inside, then you should be tossing it to Ford on the outside. I want to see Stefanski run two running back formations. But I want to talk about somebody else too. Isaiah Bond. This is the one thing I can say where I feel like Stefanski is not utilizing a potential playmaker properly. But I also got to give Stefanski credit in saying you ain't had him that long to know what you can do with him. Okay? Isaiah Bond reminds me of Percy Harvin. Period. That's who he reminds me of. That is a guy that I would run for plays. I would use him like a Deebo Samuel, or I would use him like a Devin Hester, right? He would be my number one return man, right? He would be my number one return man, and I would use him as like a third down back. Now, he's not necessarily a running back. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is getting him consistently on linebackers or in the flats where a safety has to come up and try to catch up with him with his speed, or a defensive end has to try to stretch out and get him. That is something that the Browns could utilize to open up more of the passing and running game. Because Isaiah Bond is a weapon with the ball in his hand.
Right. Agreed.
But I don't think he's a receiver right now. I think he can get open, but I don't consider him a tactician. That's why Matthew Golden was the number one receiver on that Texas squad, because he's the tactician. Isaiah Bond is more of the explosive playmaker. And for a team that's looking for playmakers to utilize, I think that is a guy that they should do more with. How do y'all feel about Isaiah Bond from what y'all know about him?
From what I've seen so far, I like him. I do like him. I think he got a lot of potential. He got a nice future in front of him for sure. I have to see him a little bit more. I think they should get the ball to him a little bit more, because I haven't been able to really evaluate him. You know what I mean? But for what I've seen so far, I do like. I mean, I think he's a great addition. I really do. Just get, it all start like you said, it all starts with the quarterback and making good decisions and making the decisions to find an actual open man. I can't stress that enough with Dylan. I wish I could just like see him in person and talk to him one on one. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. Like the receiver can only do what you make the decision on. You know what I'm saying? They can only do what they can do when it comes down to the quarterback. You know, getting him the ball. So I mean, I want to see some more of him. I definitely want to see some more plays with him involved, so I can evaluate him. But I like him. I do. I really do. I think he's a good asset. I do.
Yeah, same. I think he a dog. He definitely was a steal in the draft. When I don't remember what game that was, but I think like Dylan be trying to get like they connection just off. But I think like one of the only deep throws I seen really Dylan throw, I think it was to like Isaiah, but it like swore over his head and shit. Like, I don't know what game
hit him on the back of the helmet. That's what it was.
I think he can be a big time playmaker. I definitely think he can be a big time playmaker. As our number one, I think he'll be better. Like, well, no, man, because he a big boy. What is he? 6'2"?
Yeah, Isaiah Bond's like 6. Let me get his Let me get the accuracy since
he just
Google
got them
was free.
arms. I know he like funny built. Might have them shoulders.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna put any shoes on. No, baby, put your shoes on. You come out here with me, okay? Isaiah Bond is 5'11", 180.
boy.
Uh, yeah, that's why I say, man, he got that. You know, like I say, on the season he has 11 receptions for 123 yards, which would be a good one gamer. Fire one gamer. But I just think they just gotta find ways to get him the ball. I do think him. I think Dylan does favor him, and and to quote some of my OTC homies, this is one of those times where Kevin could utilize a player to help his quarterback out. I just think because yesterday Kevin did a lot of motioning Judy in and out the backfield. And I think if he used that for Isaiah Bond, he could do that. I'm also saying too that Stefanski has to be willing to use Fannin and Njoku as his number 1 and 2 receivers. All right, and use the rest of these guys as slot guys or trick guys. I'm so sorry. The idea of playing tackles at your tight end positions, bro, you're going to have to stick with that. I ain't gonna hold you. You're gonna have to until Andrew Berry can identify or trade for or acquire an offensive tackle that is reliable. Kevin Stefanski, you're gonna have to stick with using your tackles as tight ends. And you're going to have to be comfortable with using your tight ends as your number, line them up as receivers. You're going to have to, bro. And, you have one running back there, or, like I said, you can use Quinshawn with Isaiah Bond. I think that's a good combination. I think you got to use Jerome Ford more in the running game. Okay. Listen, if you got to give Jerome a full back, if you got to bring in Hutchinson and run Jerome Ford off them edges, so be it, bro. So be it. Because now that you done showed us you're willing to do this, you can't go back. You can't go back. You have to continue to utilize that, and you have to expand on it. Any other takeaways from the game that y'all would like to talk about?
You said you had a hot topic or something like that.
Oh,
I want to see we on the same time.
Oh, okay. Let me sit down. So I'm on Twitter, chopping it up with my homies. My shout out my OTC cats and just shout out to all my Browns fans though. Anyway, we all want to see the team do better. Okay, but y'all have realistic expectations, unrealistic expectations. Okay, I call it entitled fan theory. It's entitled fan theory. The theory that a a sports fan is more impacted by a team losing than the players on the field has to be the stupidest shit I ever heard in my life.
And that's how I feel like they took what Miles was saying. Like, I feel like they just was twisting Miles' word. Damn near.
They did.
Because Miles was what he was saying, like, man, basically these motherfuckers next to me, like, we bet not, y'all bet not feel more than how we feeling up in this motherfucker. We should be feeling way more worse than how y'all feeling and shit. We the ones who out here getting our ass whooped and losing. We want to win, like, y'all watching it, but shit, man, if that's what I took from it. You feel me? That's
what you take from it, Diva. Diva, what you take from it? Oh, she might be on the call. You good?
You're fine. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I was talking to a renter. I'm sorry. What was the question? I'm so sorry.
No. I was just asking, how did you feel about Miles' statement of the fans can't be more impacted by the losing than the players on the field?
No, that's facts though. Because yeah, okay, I get it. Y'all come to the games, y'all spend money, y'all go get drunk at Muni Lot, y'all spend bread, y'all, whatever. You still fans, but at the end of the day, Yes, yeah. Now, yeah, we can be impacted because yeah, we've been going through this for a long time and stuff like that. Not specifically this situation, but we've been going through some stuff for a long time, off and on. Not consistent with the whole losing thing. But no, for real, they take a lot, man. Like they tie, especially Miles. Like I've seen him very frustrated before, very much more frustrated now. So yeah, they I think they would be way more impacted than the fans. Like they are out there taking hits, risking their bodies and shit like that, and frustration. Because let's be clear, whatever happens in your mind is going to react on your physical. Like no, I feel them. I definitely feel them, and I know fans be having a lot to say and all this stuff. But hey, man, like you a fan for a reason, and you ain't going nowhere. Y'all, them Brown. Hey, look, Browns fans ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? And we're just not. So I get it. I get it, Miles. I get it, and I mean he been on the team forever, so he been through a lot with us, more than the rookies and more than a lot of people on that team. So even more than the coaches. So I get the whole frustration, and I get it. They're definitely out there risking their whole lives, if you will, and their bodies, and even their mental state. So, yeah, I feel them. I definitely feel
Yeah, I'm diehard, and I ain't take nothing from it. I ain't take
them.
nothing from it. And we ain't about to get too deep in it, but y'all know the Browns fans. Y'all know the other half of the Browns fans. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna leave it at that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Hey man, they sparing y'all. I'm not about to spare y'all weak asses.
Hey,
Y'all
wait,
fair
man.
weather fans.
Listen, man.
Y'all fair weather fans need to shut up. Shut your mouth.
Yeah, you can.
If
Yeah,
you
you
don't
can
like,
do that.
if you feel like the team ain't as serious as you about winning, then find another team. Root for somebody else. Period. Ain't nobody begging you to buy Browns items. Ain't nobody begging you to buy Browns tickets or Browns memorabilia. Nobody's asking you. That's your choice. So just like it's your
Right.
choice to indulge, should be your choice to not put up with the shit if you don't like it. Period. I ain't sparing y'all niggas for that.
No,
Fuck
for
that.
real. Because guess
Oh
Anyway,
what,
no,
y'all?
no,
They
no!
still
I
turning
wasn't
them
sparing them.
see.
I was talking about something totally different. I like your angle, but I was talking about something totally different.
like we ain't doing that, man. Then
Also
this
about
is
something
another hot
totally
thing they was
different.
talking about earlier. They gonna say who's accountable for the team not being good right now. Excuse me, come here. Who's accountable? Accountable. I said accountability denotes fault. So is Kevin responsible for players being injured? Is Andrew Berry accountable for players that he trusted would come in and fill a role and they didn't take their job seriously? Like, make this shit make sense. This is why I don't be understanding. Y'all try to blame everybody but the direct person responsible. The player on the field is more responsible than anybody else after them. Period.
Right.
So if it's a blown blocking assignment, stop blaming the fucking coach talking about the coach drew up a bad blocking assignment. No. What about the player didn't follow the instructions that he imitated he was following all week? How about that?
Mm-hmm.
How about the fact that some people falter under bright lights? That some people just can't show up when it matters. How about that?
Right.
Oh, AB can't draft. Well, the defense is one of the better defenses, and he only inherited 2 players from a previous regime off the defense. So where did the other 9 players come from? Andrew Berry. Oh, well, the defense kind of cool, but hey, excuse me, out the parking lot. Thank you. So, but the offense ain't. Well, aren't they rebuilding the offense? Isn't that the goal? They spent 2 off seasons rebuilding the defense. No, so
Right.
they're not allowed the same courtesy of 2 years to rebuild the offense. Who knew Nick Chubb was gonna get a career-ending injury? Who knew Deshaun Watson was gonna come over here and get 2 almost career-ending injury. Who knew that Amari Cooper was gonna do the same bullshit he pulled with the Raiders and Dallas, and after a year act like he don't want to play no more? Who knew Jerry Jeudy was gonna have drop problems and only be good when the team not winning? Who knew? Who knew that?
No, for
Oh,
real.
Kevin can't develop players. This the shit that pissed me off the worst. Kevin can't develop players. Well, tell me how many offensive weapons has Kevin been able to draft to develop? Because the last time I checked, he didn't draft Baker Mayfield. He didn't draft Deshaun Watson. He didn't draft Nick Chubb. He didn't draft Kareem Hunt. He didn't draft Amari Cooper. He didn't draft David Njoku. He didn't draft Judy. He didn't draft Elijah Moore. Should I keep going? He didn't draft Batonio. He didn't draft like so. Where was the players that the head coach or the offensive minded guy picked that he didn't develop? Who? Because
Right.
if we talk about Jerome Ford is still on the team and contributing. Quinshawn just got here. Fannin just got here. So who are we talking about he didn't develop? Veterans that was already in the league? He was supposed to develop niggas who already was developed?
Facts.
Now y'all tell me if I'm talking stupid or not. Maybe I ain't. Maybe my comprehension level is low.
No, that's facts. It's definitely facts. People just overlook shit and they don't want to acknowledge what really is the big picture. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta face reality one day. You know what I'm saying? Like we can like you can only do what you can do with what you got. You know, like I don't know. People
I
just
just
they just like to mimic people and be like. First of all, every team in the NFL is different. We are not like people like somebody say yesterday. Oh yeah, we the sorriest team. We just terrible. We are the sorriest team in NFL. I say yeah, you just don't know your shit. What would you like to drink? You just
clearly he
don't know.
need
I don't want
nothing.
to
Go
hear.
on and
I don't
spend
want to
his
hear that
money. Yeah,
shit.
go on and spend his money.
So some people just they
I'm
just
calling
don't
it.
they don't do their research. They don't know shit, and they just be going off of what somebody else saying or some shit. It's just it don't be real shit. It don't be real
That
shit.
that blows me that you can't even think for yourself. Now,
Mm-hmm.
I will say this, and I'm gonna shout out my OTC homies again because when I was having this debate with them in the spaces about Kevin and certain players, they brought up some interesting points, right? Kevin hasn't had too many Pro Bowlers on his, or Andrew Berry hasn't drafted too many Pro Bowlers.
Mm-hmm.
I give you that. JOK was the only one. I give you that. Okay. And um, the offense scheme wise hasn't give people reason to give him inspired fans to think that they can do something explosive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll give you that. I thought those were two valid things. I did. But it didn't change my stance. I just thought it were valid. It didn't change my stance. Listen, if Browns fans think they're going to get something right now better than Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski to work under the conditions in the system that Jimmy has them set forth, you are delusional. For any fan or any person who knows football to expect playoff contender play every game from a 3-14 team who is rebuilding their offense, you are delusional. I don't understand what type of real conversation I can have with somebody under those conditions.
You can't. You can't. Simple. People only see shit from a standpoint of what they want. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I want $1 million, man. I do. I would love $1 million right now. But you have to face reality. You have to build that. You have to invest. You have to create a plan and things to do to make sure that you get that million or close to it or something. Things. What I always say, bro. It takes time to breathe, don't it?
Take time.
So
It
I
do.
mean, what the hell do you want when? We should have. Here we go. We should have never got rid of Baker. They should have never did that. Y'all like potato, tomato, tomato. Like I'm so sick of that. Like get over it. It's gone. He's gone. Baker is with Tampa Bay. That's over with. Stop. It's water up under the bridge. Okay. And a lot of people have different decisions on that. You know, I mean, different aspects and views on Baker and Deshaun and all this stuff. You can't stop going in the past so much. Like you don't make yourself frustrated if you keep doing that. You know what I'm saying? Just look at what you got, look at what it's taking to get there, and keep it moving. Because like I said the other day, bro, what I said, I didn't know I had to actually do my research on Jimmy Haslam and what he actually has control of. And it's so much more than what I even knew. Kevin can't
Mm.
do shit unless it's approved. Andrew Barry can't do a shit.
Unless it's approved by Jimmy Haslam.
Yeah,
I
correct. I mean, it's just so much that we see that we like, damn, why don't he do this? Why don't he do this? Why don't he do this? No, it don't. It's not that easy. Why you
it's
think? Why you
not.
think my? Why you think Kevin Stefanski beard is all the way gray now? He just had some black up in there. That man stressed the hell out because I'll be sick of the media too. He probably sick of Jimmy too. But at this point, I mean, everybody need a job. Everybody need to make income. Everybody need a gig. And I'm pretty. I like Kevin. Okay, I like Kevin. Yes, it's been some things that I'm like, damn, Kevin, you could have probably did this or. But when you really look into
No
it and
doubt.
deep sea dive with it, when you really look into it, Jimmy Haslam is a complete dickhead. He's a complete dickhead. And what he say goes. And if it don't go, baby, he getting rid of your ass. If I wish you would say no to Jimmy or say
Listen,
or try to check it. That's just the type of owner he is. You got owners all over the damn NFL. That's just the type of owner he is. That's it. And like you said, who the hell gonna deal with him? I don't know nobody. Shit.
eh, they tried to argue me up and down on these spaces that I pulled this shit out my ass. Even though I've been telling them for the past 2 years that I've been in Cleveland, bro, I literally work with the organization.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So when you're in the building, you get more information than people who visit the building
You
because you're
definitely
in
do.
the building. I don't understand this.
Hmm.
Jimmy Haslam controls everything. He hired Kevin Stefanski to call the plays and run the offense. I understand that his title is head coach, but that's not his role as a traditional head coach. To
Right.
even further that point, why do you think a former tenure head coach is the defensive coach?
Correct.
This
And people
I
just
don't think
don't
y'all truly
understand.
understand that. I keep
Yeah.
telling them Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski signed extensions last year. And part of their extension talk was Jimmy was going to allow them to pick the guys they wanted to run with the team. Only thing Jimmy was on was I'm not losing certain players. So
Correct.
these veterans that's on here, a lot of these veterans are still here because Jimmy want them here. And I don't knock him for that. I don't want to see Miles or Denzel play for nobody fucking else either. I don't want to see David Njoku play for nobody else either. If any
Correct.
other Browns gonna leave, that's tenured. Them four and Joe Batonio, I don't want to see them leave. I don't. I want to see them be drafted and retire as Browns. I would love that. No mystery
Right.
about it. But I understand how business and cap work. I understand. I understand. Some of
It's
y'all
oh
don't
yeah,
understand.
that's what they don't understand. It's a business first. That's just that. You have to what I don't care if it's a small business, a mediocre business, or a huge worldwide business like nationwide business like all these major league professional sport. You have to understand that money and that that business plan gonna always oversee everything else. I don't want David Njoku to go nowhere, but looks like he may be. It, it is what it is, man. And Kevin, like you said, Kevin can only do what he can do with what he got. And that's just that. I'm about to send him a care package. I'm gonna put some just for me and black in there, like so his beard and his hair can get back to black, or so he can look a little bit more livelier. Because that man probably stressed the hell out. I'm pretty sure Andrew Barry is too. You working up under a dickhead. Y'all ain't never had a job where y'all had a dickhead ass supervisor, and you know you got to pay bills. You know you gotta pay bills. You know you gotta eat. You know them kids need stuff, and you just deal with it, and you do the best you can by doing it. So getting all this bullshit and all this bullshit ass shit from the media and all that, that's just y'all. It don't matter. Kevin is not one of those hype ass, oh rah 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 type coaches. That's just who he is. He's very now when he does his victory speech and stuff like that, he get a little pumped, a little riled up, boom. But his answers ain't gonna change. Mary Kay Cabot gets on my damn nerves when she talk. Oh, he says it's the same thing. Well, bitch, all you ask is the same questions. You- Mary Kay, please. That's one person that I'm not a fan of for real because she gets on my nerves. But you're asking him the same crap. He's tired of being asked the same crap and getting and from you and a couple others that just ask him the same shit and expect different. He already said what he said. So, I don't know. I just feel like, sometimes I be really feeling bad for the whole coaching staff, to be honest with you, because they're under a dickhead. And that's just that. Just that. And like you said, I mean, what y'all expected? Who is y'all expected to get? Who did you think gonna run the Browns or be in that organization? Who's going to replace him and Andrew Berry? Just tell me, because I would love to know.
You know they don't got no answers for this. They don't got
I,
no answers.
I
They
would
just
love to
be
know.
saying shit to say. I'm about to, no, baby, hold on. I got it, baby. Go ahead. Go ahead, finish. Feed your food so we can go, baby. Go ahead, baby. Eat your food. Okay, we about to do that, baby, but you got to eat so we can go. Daddy about to finish his show, and then we about to go outside, okay? Okay, give me a couple seconds, okay, beautiful? Whew. It's her birthday. I told you she be bullying me, man. She be
It's her
bullying me.
birthday. She entitled to. It's her
You know what I'm saying?
birthday.
So I ain't, you see, I'm trying to, you see, I'm keeping it together. You know what I'm saying? Keeping
You
it
better keep
together.
it together.
Yeah, man. Today my youngest girl fourth birthday. So we
Uh-huh.
definitely about to get outside. I'm down here in Florida. I had to come visit her, you know what I'm saying? Come spend time with my mamas. But yeah, no, you
Mhm.
right. You hit some appreciate you saying that. I'm
Yeah, man, like that.
on Mary.
It's annoying after a while. You're like, what the hell y'all want from them? I mean, I don't. If they just, I mean, because everybody thinks all these fans and all this think that Kevin just he run the whole show, and that's not the case. It's just not. Yes, he runs play caller. Yes, he runs. I'm pretty sure other things on the topical side of the team. Yes, he does. I'm pretty sure. But at the end of the day, baby, when it comes down to big decision making and who comes and goes and all the rest of that, baby, you better look at Mr. Haslam himself, okay? Just email him and ask him, hey, get rid of Kevin and see who, let's see who's gonna work with you. Because me and Vaughn, me and bro, we work down there. So we hear all the stuff from the people that go to the Haslam Club and kick it. All the season ticket holder stuff. They talk a lot. And some of them know him personally. Like the grandkids go to school together, stuff like that. So it's a lot to it, baby. It definitely is. So
But did y'all?
it,
My bad. I
oh,
just
you good?
came. I just came through and just heard the have them and the grandkids. Speaking of them, did y'all see them
Who the grandkids?
at the game?
No, I see. I'm on
They
the
was
third
no,
floor,
they was
but
at the they was at the game yesterday with them 12 jerseys on.
oh, look at that. Okay,
They was at the girl. Yeah, they was at the game yesterday. They was at the
look at
game yesterday
that.
with them Shador jerseys on.
Oh yeah, that's cute. Yeah, see that, and kids gonna have their favorite players, and they this and that. And they gonna have like some like Joe Flacco. I think his one son had on DK Metcalf's jersey or something like that. And he wasn't tripping. He was like, "Hey, you like him? You like him? I'm your dad. You know who I am." You know what I'm saying? So these fans just need to chill and not be so damn judgmental all the time. And do your research and come to a conclusion that you was wrong. Well, crazy work, real crazy work. But at the end of the day, I don't care what nobody say. That muni lot gonna be full. Okay. That stadium gonna be packed. Might not be sold out, but it's gonna be packed. And people gonna pay them Spectrum bills or that streaming service to watch them every Sunday. So they complain for nothing. Mm-hmm. Finally on lunch break, y'all.
Oh yeah, you on lunch break? All right. So
Finally.
DeeTrynt, Game Changer Sports Talk, Industry Sports, streaming on multiple media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. Follow us on IG at Industry Sports or at DeeTrynt. If you missed the live streams, you can catch the replays on Spotify, Google Podcasts, and various other streaming platforms. Just look for the Industry Sports channel, like, subscribe, share. Once you get in there, you will see Game Changer Sports Talk with yours truly, DeeTrynt. It's been a pleasure rocking with y'all today. So, tell them about what you got going on. Tell them where they can find you at.
Oh yeah, so I am the podcast diva on YouTube. Hold on, let me put myself in it. Gotta run to the. Mm. So I am the podcast diva on YouTube. Me and bro, of course, we have the Ships podcast actually every Monday. And it's tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern. Relationship podcast, but we talk about all types of relationships. So tune in, definitely tune in tonight. NFL Weekly with Detroit Fan Report. That's Tuesday. I host the NFL show on Tuesdays. That's at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern, and it's on YouTube. Subscribe to Detroit Fan Report. And I love to talk sports, love the podcast, and that's what we got going on. So you can catch us there each and every week. Thanks for having
Type
me today.
time. Hey, listen, it won't be long, y'all, before y'all see us on your TVs. All right, with a whole TV channel full of podcasters. Like that's coming real soon. So I appreciate everybody's support. We definitely do. Glad y'all enjoy the content. Please share. Tell your friends about it. Tell them to come through. You know what I'm saying? You get in the comments. We going to engage with you because I like engagement. I'm going to chop it with you. I ain't going to duck no smoke. I ain't going to act like you ain't talking. That ain't how I roll, all right? Ain't how she roll. That's what we do. Shador listen to Baller Confusion. Oh, hey, people don't know that might have been actually the first rap song was Baller Confusion. I don't think people understand that.
Yeah.
All right. I don't think they know that. Clyde, man, it's always a pleasure to have you on here, bro. Glad you got to listen and enjoy. Definitely check out the music podcast too. I'm gonna be shooting that most likely sometime this week. I got a few special guests I'm gonna bring up. Some pings I'm gonna promote. Next weekend this upcoming weekend is the Versus. So I want to have a big podcast about the Versus. And shout out to Nas. Shout out to Nasir Jones, man. Mass appeal going crazy. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely some other things we're going to do. But, man, it's been a pleasure, y'all. Let me go ahead and get to my little mama before she beat me up more. And I catch y'all later.
I'm in the kitchen. I'm trying to cook.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. You go ahead and end it off, man. We're going to catch y'all in a second. Much love.
Yeah, we
All
out.
right, y'all.
What's
All
up?
right. Peace out.